judges' scorecards. Le juge Pasquale Procopio donne un pointage de 97-93. Judge Pasquale Procopio scores the bout 97-93. Le juge Ephraim Lebron donne un pointage 98-92. Judge Ephraim Lebron scores it 98-92. La juge Marie-Josée Guérin donne un pointage de 99-91. Judge Marie-Josée Guérin scores the bout 99-91. Tous en faveur du gagnant par décision unanime. All in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. And still, WBC Continental Americas and WBC Solid Mbilli.
Yo, what is good? What is good? It's Stormy B, man, and I am back with a special edition of the post-fight show for this Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. The 333 in the house this evening. Man, oh man, we are here for the post-fight show for Mbilli versus Gongora for the WBC and WBA intercontinental and international titles at super middleweight, meaning that the winner of this fight should be the next man up for a mandatory shot at the undisputed champion Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. Come on in and smash that like button for me, people. I know you out there. Man, I told you guys when I did my pre-fight video breakdown that this was going to be a barn burner of a fight. I was not as familiar with these two men as I may have needed to be, but I did do my homework looking into this fight. And that led to the pre-fight video that I did earlier in the week. And I will tell you, this fight was well worth it, people. It was only a 10-rounder. Had it been scheduled for 12, I think we would have saw a stoppage. But man, was I correct. The meshing of the differing of styles, and that one man was more technical, the other man was more of a brawler and aggressor, and there was a lot of cat and mouse here. Plus, as Rojai is mentioning in the chat there, chins, that were on display, wills that were on display. Neither man would go down. They just refused. Although I do believe that Mbilli went down early in the fight, but it's okay because he never gave up, never gave in. Man, when is the last time you seen a display of wills and the wherewithal to stick to it in there? Man, maybe not since Evander Holyfield. I know that's my favorite guy, but he had that on display quite a few times throughout his career. And I have to say, Christian Mbilli, man, hats off to that brother for his display of will in this fight. He would not be denied, and he turned out the victor. Man, what a great fight, people. Welcome everybody. Please smash that like button as you come into the building. You know it had to be something special for Stormy B, man, to be up at this hour, because I gotta get up for work, but I'm still gonna deliver this post fight on these two gentlemen, and I will cover the other fight, Molina and Keane, at a different time. But this is going to be solely dedicated to Mbilli and Gongora. They deserve it. It's well deserved. I would love to see a rematch between these two gentlemen somewhere in the near future, because it was just that type of fight, people. And as the announcers of the fight had spoken, one of them said, this is probably the closest lopsided scored fight that you would see in present day. Each round was very close, and Mbilli did deserve the victory and everything. But how in the world did Carlos Gongora take the shots that he took? I've seen Mbilli fight on highlights. He's hurt people. He's put them down. He's made them quit. A lot of that stuff. And Mr. Gongora was in there taking it on the chin. Man, listen, you guys do not know. Please take advisement from me when I try to suggest tuning in, because I'm not going to lie to you people. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give you all the straight, real deal. This was a fight worth tuning into. It was broadcast on ESPN Plus. The card started at 6 p.m. My video on this came out almost, I think by Monday I dropped it, or I don't remember which day I dropped it. But I talked about it early, everyone, because I just had that feeling. You know, sometimes when you look at people, meaning the fighters, and you see what they have to offer, you say, you know what? I think I'm going to tune into this. I actually premiered my video on the 14th of March. So last week I dropped a video. So I knew I put it out a little bit early. And that was really to remind myself to stay engaged and to come back and watch this. Let me go to the chat real quick and acknowledge who's out here with me. I appreciate everybody that decided to come around and check us out this evening. We got 704 Joe in the building first. He says, peace, Sensei. Thank you for introducing to Mbilli. He said, my kind of fighter, right? He says, I'm tired as hell. I listen to 2 or 3 rounds. I'm out. Have a good show. Hey, man. 704 Joe, if you're still out there listening by any chance, I hope you watched it to the end. This fight was great. And Mbilli almost went out of there again late in the fight, man. But listen, it was highly entertaining. AJ64 in the building saying, salute Stormy B, man. Appreciate you. Sylvester is out there saying, Stormy B, man, what's good? What's good with you, man? Rojai, as I said earlier, is in the building. He says, cheers of the year. And Rojai says, y'all really think Canelo is going to fight this monster? He's vacating. You know that's right. That's why I did the video. Rojai, go back, please, if you guys didn't watch the video. It's up on my page. Please go watch my video breakdown of this fight. And I alluded to that very fact in the video. IGM Tim is in the building saying salute. And Rojai says one more round and someone was getting dropped. You better believe it. He says, Gongora ate so many body shots. Listen, man, let me tell you something. Gongora is a tough-ass dude, bro. And in my video, I talked about him. I said I didn't see enough of him in with a puncher, so I wasn't certain how to gauge his ability to absorb punishment because he's been putting a lot of other guys out. And I could see the power and strength of Mbilli, so I was a little bit concerned if he could take it or not. But you know what? He could. The only thing he didn't do was he didn't get going offensively as he may have, as he should have, a little bit earlier in the fight. But his uppercuts were deadly, and Mbilli had to watch those uppercuts throughout the fight. And it was still dangerous to him even late. And I do believe the good body work that Mbilli was taking Gongora out with was the saving grace because he did go to the body. I don't recall Gongora going to his body as much. And when you got a muscular fighter in there like that, you have to go to their body because muscles are different than fat. You hit guys in those muscles clot up. They get blood clots and everything, bruised, and it really overall saps the guy's stamina. And I didn't see Gongora putting enough of that type of work in. Early on, the way he was boxing, he was looking like Bernard Hopkins in there, but southpaw, because Gongora is a southpaw. But man, what a good fight on a Thursday night, people. Let me tell you something, man. I am so glad that I was on top of this one. Now, there's a lot of people who are not, and that's okay. But these are the type of matches that when you see these fighters and you don't know nothing about them and you want to see more or whatever, it's like you wish that, man, I wish someone had put me up on this. Which is why I do what I do. You know, while these guys are out here talking about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia and Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk and all of these fights that, okay, if they get in the ring and the bell rings and they start throwing punches, great. But let's start focusing in on fighters and fights that deserve some spotlight, some shine. You who watched this fight this evening, would you recommend these fighters to someone to watch in a future endeavor? Of course you would. Were you not glad if you tuned into this fight this evening to watch this fight? It was a main event worth it, And then all of this stuff that they're selling us now, saying that it's pay-per-view when it's really not, something like this was what you want to see in a pay-per-view fight, right? So this is what it is. And this, for as much as I can, I assure you, I will do my part to talk about fights and matches that should be talked about. This is what I'll do, man. So, listen. But what a fight. Ebb and flow, back and forth. One man out front, but on a couple occasions, teetering on getting knocked out. Drama stuff. That last round was like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Great stuff, man. Hats off to these two men. Gongora's gonna need a long rest. You were in there with a real puncher and took a lot of shots. Some of them very clean. And you need a long rest after that, brother. A long rest. Don't have them people bring you back real fast. Excuse me. Bring you back real fast because you need that time off. 6 to 8 months, you know, before you even go back in the gym. Even if you're a fighter that fights more frequent than that, take that time and get your rest, brother. Carlos Gongora, great effort, man. And Christian Mbilli, man, from Canada. Listen, hats off to you, brother. You entertained tonight. You did. Rojai says, I honestly see Mbilli fighting the Plant Benavidez winner for the vacant WBC belt in late 2023. Yeah, because Canelo gonna be on the next thing smoking, huh? And that John Ryder thing, if you guys saw my video talking to, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put that video out yet. I already got it ready to go, but I got a video on Canelo and John Ryder. I'll just say that he ain't facing either one of these guys. Rojai says, you think Berlanga wants to see Mbilli? Hell no. None of the other contenders. Listen, Caleb Plant don't want to see him, and David Benavidez don't want to see it. And I'll tell you why David Benavidez don't want to see him, because David Benavidez can at times get hit by clean shots. You don't want this guy hitting you with clean shots. This guy is the peacemaker. You understand? When he hits you, he puts you in pieces. Yeah. AJ says, Stormy, my battery died. I got my sister's phone so I can hear you. But it says people under 6 weeks can't speak, so I'll be listening. I got you there, AJ. I got you. No problem. I appreciate you hanging in. AJ64 is hanging in there. Want to hear what Stormy got to say about this fight. It was highly entertaining, man. It was highly entertaining. This was what you want to see when you tune in to boxing, huh? And I'm just so beside myself that I, called that people should tune in to this. And for those of you who were there to listen, I appreciate you. Man. Rojai says, and Billy came back in the same round, he got hurt. The spirit of Holyfield lives on. Yeah, there you go, right? Yeah, that dude. But did you see Rojai in chat where toward the end he was going for it? He was trying to get Gongora up out of there, bro. Those hooks and overhand rights and everything. That dude was on. He was on another level. He was throwing those shots. He was like, man, what you say about my mama? He was letting those shots go. I think Gongora was really tired too, man, from the body shots. Because he got hit with some smooth, clean stuff, man. But hats off to both of these men. Just like I praise the women when they do their thing, I have to give it up for these men, because let me tell you this. There are tons of people out here who did not tune in to this fight. People from the boxing community. And they're going to be sore that they didn't. Because this is what you want to see. And how many times do I talk about it on my channel? I said, man, we talk about the sport, my love for the sport. I don't try to get into the drama. I don't try to get into the meaningless things. And I even do content where I talk about the intangibles and, you know, the psychological approaches and things of that nature, because there's so much more to talk about than who your favorite dudes are or who you just want to see. I talk about the guys that are in the flyweights. I talk about the guys in the heavyweights. I talk about the guys we ain't heard of. And I talk about the guys that we've heard too much about. Like a video I released earlier today about Tim Bradley calling Tank Davis the biggest cheat he's seen. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Now, what's interesting is I cut my video a few days ago to premiere this morning. And then when it premiered, there was no audio. I was so pissed off, man. I was like, where's the audio at? So I had to edit it and release it later in the day. But there had already been a couple of content creators who had done their version of their thoughts on Tim Bradley calling Tank Davis a cheat. But I really thought that it was really a horrible sentiment. But something like that, I covered it because here you got a guy talking about a fight that's coming up, and he can find these negative things to say about one of the fighters. But when there's the actual cheating, evidence, proof, things that mum's the word, nothing being said. See, that's why I despise those former fighters as Mr. Bradley, who will come on the airwaves as soon as somebody stick a microphone in his mouth, and he'll say these things that are detrimental to the sport. And I even question about he ducking people in his career and doing foolish things like rolling over on his neck and everything in the fight against Manny Pacquiao, and how he was on suicide watch because of the Pacquiao decision against him. He felt like the fans don't love me, huh? So I want to delete myself. Really? You weak-minded, boy. Go sit down somewhere. Desert Storm my pothole. Rojai says it's going to take a special fighter to beat Mbilli. AJ is laughing. He says, Stormy, one of the greatest shows on YouTube. Thank you, bro. Rojai says the Russian heavyweight is going to destroy the other dude. Molina was tagging him at will almost. Listen, man, I don't know what's wrong with Molina. He must get paid. I ain't going to even say that, but let's just say he's the perfect opponent, huh? Molina looked like he could have knocked that dude out, didn't he? I don't know, man. Molina, please go back. I heard he was a teacher or something. Go back and teach class, man. But we don't want to see you in the ring no more. Just stop it. Just stop it right there, huh? You've proved you're a brave man and all of that. But stop this madness, man. Stop it. Yeah, Rojai, he would have stopped Bradley. And I'm mad that we didn't get to see it. Or Spence would have stopped him, huh? And Floyd would have just painted him like he was a canvas, huh? Yeah, that's right, IGM Tim. He was a man down mandatory at one time, huh? And he went into hiding. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just, you know. But hey, these guys tonight, I am waiting to see the next man up, huh? And hey, we got David Morrell out there. Let's see Morrell in there with Mbilli, huh? Let's see it, man. There's some fights to be made at that 168, bro. Don't be playing around, because soon it'll be going down, huh? And somebody is going to be going down, because these men are about that life, huh? They really are. They really are, man. Man, I'm hyped up, man, after watching that this evening. I am really hyped up because I had that feeling this was going to be that type of fight. AJ64 says he got that one win over Mickey Bay at the last minute, didn't he, Stormy? Hey, man. I just want to see these fighters who haven't been given their just due. I want to see them get the shine. There's so many fighters that people are talking about that don't deserve it, man. There's so many. I mean, it's just got to stop, bro. And over on around these parts, you know, I don't do that. But it's just a little bit disappointing to see that people don't, you know, talk about who they like. Okay, I'm going to go to my news feed and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me go to my news feed and see.
And I tried to correct them anytime I've heard.
Go to my news feed and see what we got here.
Correct. And also,
I'll prove to you guys with a simple movement. Let's see here. We got okay. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over the past hour, 5 different content creators have something on Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, or Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. L-Dub did his post-fight recap just a few minutes ago. He might still be on. So L-Dub is on it, you know, even more than me. A lot of times I get information from L-Dub. So but I'm saying those things to say this is that with everything that someone could be talking about, everybody's on the same subject. The Benavidez Plant fight is tomorrow night. Okay, how much of that you gonna talk about? It's time to see the fight now, right? I mean, it's Saturday night because tomorrow's the weigh-in. I'm thinking this is Friday because we just watch fights. But yeah. So you know, you still got 48 hours. Are you gonna continue to just continue to talk about those guys like that? Talk about the undercard. Talk about the other people who are fighting. I got a video coming up tomorrow that we're talking about Jose Carlos Ramirez against Richard Comey. Tomorrow morning, 8:15, my video drops on that. And Sinisa Estrada is fighting on the undercard there, and I ain't get a chance to do my video on her yet, but I might do that tomorrow. So it's like, again, there are other fighters to talk about. For those of you who listen to my channel and my content, how many times have you heard me say lead by example? Huh? Lead by example. Yeah. That's right, Rojai. People don't pay attention, man, and it's a shame. Huh? When I heard that this fight was coming up, I said, let me look into the background of these two guys. I watched like 3 fights of theirs each, right? And I'm saying that this Mbilli guy, he's like a puncher, man. He reminds me of like a shrunken down Ike Abiabuchi. He's like a guy that just comes on and comes on. But the announcer during the fight gave an even better description of his skill set. He reminds you of Emil Griffin. And that is totally true. Shout out to my brother Scrapbook Boxing, because if Scrapbook watched that, I'm sure Scrap would have picked up on that right away. I apologize for it not coming to me right away, but when the announcer said it, I was like, there you go. Emil Griffin. That's who he fights like. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that you just you have to have a certain amount of respect. When you have the respect for the sport, then that's when you can make these type of assessments and determinations. Boxing and Barbecue is out there. He says, "What's up, Stormy? Just woke up and seeing I missed a good fight. When you finish, I'm gonna watch it on the replay." Yeah, Boxing and Barbecue, please go back and watch it. It's a hell of a fight, bro. And as the announcers calling the fight said, it's probably the closest one-sided fight that you'll watch this year. But action from beginning to end and drama. Very good fight. And the effort that both men gave was tremendous. Rojai says, we got Andre, Plant, Mbilli, Beck, Berlanga, Benavidez, Morel, F. Canelo. We don't need him. Listen, Canelo gonna be on the next thing smoking, man. I ain't gonna tell you what I got to say about him further, because you're gonna have to watch my video. But this John Ryder fight is a joke. And you saw tonight why he picked John Ryder. You saw tonight. Rojai says people lack of knowledge is why Mbilli beating one of these guys would be called an upset. He's a proven fighter, but people don't pay attention. Yeah. AJ says it's nice to hear something different than the norm, because it kind of gets boring after a while. Well, my thing is, I don't just sit there and listen, bro. I will go find something else to do, or will watch. Like when it comes down to YouTube, I like to listen to the brothers and sisters out here, but when they get repetitive on that stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, I can just go and find and tune into something else, man, because it's kind of like looking through, and I used this example before, looking at life through a keyhole. Huh? You don't have to look at life through a keyhole. When you open your mind up, you take the blinders off. Huh? You raise the shades. You open the curtains and you see the panoramic view. AJ says, as soon as I get charged up, I'm going to go back and watch it also. Hey, you should, bro. This is 1000% support of anybody that missed it, that they should go see it. Go watch this damn fight. on a Thursday night, man, you were blessed. And I'll tell you something. What if the Benavidez Plant fight don't turn out to be that good? If the Benavidez Plant fight turns out to be not that good and it's pay-per-view, and you tuned in and you saw this fight tonight, you would have got your boxing fix for the week. But remember, just because the bigger names are fighting doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good fight. You know what I mean? Salute to Jared 011 Green out there, been a member for 6 months at that toe dye level. He says, what's good, Sensei in chat? What's good with you, bro? Yeah. I just try, to do my part, man. When it comes down to the sport, I can find areas that I can always revitalize. It's like a champion, right? You're a champion. You got 5 title defenses. You have to find a way to stay hungry, to stay vigilant, and want to defend your title. So you set certain goals for yourself that are just out of reach, because you have to have something to fight for. That was a Tuesday Tussle episode I did a couple of episodes back. Having something to fight for in life. If you become complacent and everything becomes routine and mundane, it becomes easier for someone to come and take that away. You don't want that. So you have to find something else to fight for. And typically, it really can't be yourself. You take up some type of a movement, some type of entity to put your support behind and to put it on your back to carry you through. And that's where that little thing that I spoke on last week about accountability comes into play. AJ64, what's always a chance could happen to me? What are you saying? I'm trying to understand that comment. There's always a chance that could happen to Stormy. There's always a chance what could happen to Stormy. Well, I intentionally didn't do anything on Colbert, man. That guy to me is a non-factor. He's a non-factor. So some of the remarks he's made and stuff he said about the community and everything, why give life to inanimate objects? IGM Tim says, hey fam, don't get no better than this on the late night. Yeah, man. But I ain't gonna be around too late. You can believe that. Stormy know how to take his butt to bed. I just wanted to come out and reiterate to you all about how doggone good this fight was this evening, and I'm so glad I was able to tune in and check it out. And I told you I try to give you guys content. It's like there's a lot of people that don't appreciate, man. They just like leeches. I told you, it says that we got 15 current viewers, only 10 likes out of the 15, but over 40 something views. Come on, man. You see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Jared 011 Green says, clown. Yeah, you clown with that Technicolor hair and everything. Coming in there wearing skirts and stuff. That's all right. Huh? He want to put on a skirt. You know what happens, right? Don't worry, Jared, man. Don't even worry about it, man. You know, it's some people out there, they hold their likes back just because they can. Huh? They don't even want it to be an acknowledgement that they listen to Stormy B, man. I told you, some of your favorite channels, some of the biggest channels be out there listening to me, and they don't even want to say what's up or whatever. But they'll tune in whenever I go live. They'll tune in, even if they hang around for 3 minutes. I don't go nowhere for 3 minutes where I don't like at all. Huh? And the worst part of it all, I listen to some of them. And I write in their chats. I've been known to send super chats. Hey, listen, a couple of y'all favorite big channels, I've sent super chats and the dude didn't even read my super chat. He just looked at it and kept on going and talking and everything. Like he ignored it, like he didn't see it or like it wasn't important or whatever. I was like, wow, it's like that around here, huh? I'm like, man, that's why we'll never get ahead, because we too busy being the tail, huh? Understand, heads and tails, we can't get ahead because we too busy being a tail. Another word to substitute for tail is ass. We can't get ahead because we're too busy being the ass. Yeah. How about that? And if you out there and you're hurt and it feel like I threw a brick and it hit you on your toe, good. Just say ouch, huh? Because it's you who I'm talking about. Yeah. It's cool, AJ. It's cool, bro. A1 Hoop Zone, what's good with you, man? What's good? Jay Gibson in the building saying salute to Stormy B, man, and the family. Salute right back at you. Yeah, I ain't got time to talk about that clown, bro. But I do want to see Sinisa Estrada, see what she got going on. But you guys make sure you tune in and check out my Ramirez and Richard Comey video in the morning, because you know that's gonna be pretty tight. But I know most people are gonna be tuned in for Plant and Benavidez, and that's pay-per-view. But Ramirez and Comey is gonna be on ESPN as well, so It's Just Boxing is out there saying salute to you. AJ says, like I said, Storm is to get one of the best boxing channels on YouTube. He deserves his roses now. It's okay, AJ, because I don't do it for that reason. You know, that's enlightening. It makes you feel good or whatever. But what I like is when people show the support and they be ready for more. That's what, and then that makes me want to do more, huh? Some of these folks out here, like I said, man, begrudging is how they live, huh? It's like you get up and go to work every day. You leave your home, you got a routine. But somewhere on your block, there's a neighbor looking at you with their face turned up. But they looking at you. They should be going to work their damn self, but they got time to turn their face and lips up at you. Yeah, Rojai Ramirez ducked that fight against Regis. He didn't want a second ass whooping because he had already taken one from Josh Taylor, and the man who Taylor beat, or possibly just decisioned because he didn't really beat Regis. Regis is that guy. So Ramirez ain't want that, and I'm gonna tell you something. Mikey Garcia, I always call Robert Garcia Mikey for whatever reason. But Robert Garcia is over there in his ear. Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Huh? NBF for life. Regis will beat all them guys up. The only one who might give Regis a good fight might be that damn Jack Catterall, because Catterall kind of fight like Regis in a way, you know. But Regis punch harder. He's stronger. That's right, Rojai. NBF. But yeah, man, it's about time for me to wrap it up. But I just wanted to come on and talk about this fight. It was a great matchup between these two guys with contrasting styles. Yeah, AJ, the Benavidez Plant fight and Comey and Ramirez fights are on Saturday night. Showtime pay-per-view for Plant and Benavidez, and ESPN for Comey and Ramirez. So it is what it is with that. But you know what? We ain't gotta, Salute to Jared 011 Green out there in that super chat. He says, did you see that clown Fury pulled out of the Usyk fight? Of course, man. Listen, but do you hear me talking about that right now? Because listen, man, that guy has been allowed to pee all over the sport of boxing, and the PTB has allowed it. And, you know, that's why I don't engage in entertain. I talk about certain things, but not to the extent, because he should not ever be anyone's focal point, including Alexander Usyk. He should not be Alexander Usyk's focal point. Alexander Usyk should focus on the other fighters in the division, Deontay Wilder, Danny Dubois, who's going to soon be a mandatory of his, Joe Joyce, all of those guys, everybody else. To hell with that guy, Fury. To hell with him. AJ says, Stormy, you have so much knowledge on the sport of boxing and you give it to us in a great way. And explain yourself. There's no reason for someone not wanting to get the best they can. Listen, man, this is why you see people out there now stealing the content from the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. You got several channels that have come up by stealing his content. And the only reason that they've been able to do that right now, I think, is because his family hasn't taken the proper legal action against that happening. But we know if the Godfather was still around, they wouldn't be able to take his content like that. You got people taking his content and uploading it on their own channels and reissuing it like it's theirs. And they just, they're getting views and everything. And the numbers of their subscribers go up and everything because they're using that man's content. When I want to watch Kevin Samuels, I go to his channel. His daughter is running that channel now and everything. She's been a real great trooper about leaving things available for you to see them. And I just go back and look at his archive. Because I had only, at the time that he passed away, I had only been hip to him for a few months. I wasn't even watching the guy. I think I got hip to Kevin about 4 months before he passed away. Maybe a little longer, but that's, but there's people out here showing his content like it's theirs. It's just insane. PGH Big Dog is in the building. Yeah, Jared, that is what's going on. They're actually taking that man's content and they're showing it like it's their own. Like, this is my own. I'm doing my own live stream this evening. But they're not doing live streams. They taking video clips. Sometimes it's a little bit. Sometimes it's a half hour. But they take his stuff and they upload it on their own channels. There should be a YouTube law against that foolishness, man. Jay Gibson, what's good? Yeah, Lewis Hinton, that's what they doing, man. That's exactly what they're doing. I wish I could stop it myself. Kevin, he had millions of subscribers, right? And his stuff that I got hip to, and he was on like several years before he started talking to women. So if I go back into his archives, I could watch his content for the next couple of years without having seen everything because I wasn't hip to the guy. So it's like, at least it's there. But you got people digging into his content, taking some of his highest rated shows and stuff like that. Man, I wish there was something that can be done about that right away. And that those fake channels get taken down for doing that to him and doing that to his daughter. But yeah, listen, guys, I'm going to get ready to get on out of here because I got to go to bed because the cotton fields be calling Stormy. And ain't none of y'all sending no super chats or nothing like that will give me an excuse not to go, huh? Because I'll be like, oh, look at the revenue. It's coming in. See, I can't do that. I got to go meet the maker, huh? But y'all show that kind of love for some of them other folks who don't even care about you. Huh? Sometimes they'll go live just so you send them, and then they say, oh, okay, I done met a quota today. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all another time. Yeah. Huh? How about that? See? Think Stormy don't know? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man. I was born one day, but not today. You understand? Shit. But yeah, I'm going to get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came out, showed some support here for this evening's post-fight show. Mbilli versus Gongora. What a great fight. If you guys didn't get a chance to check it out, please go back. ESPN Plus broadcasted this evening from Canada. Great fight. And look forward to whomever these guys face. Because the super middleweight division has some talent there, and it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out over the next year and a half or so. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Peace to you all. Shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we up out of here.
to this day.